Peace, peace, peace to the family that'll be watching this live in the upload. I'm just jumping on here impromptu. Uh, just letting everybody know, HOTC family, that I'm always here. I'm here, ready to support and all that. But you know, a lot of things I'll probably be, just doing, low key, just always there because some of the stuff like I did a live stream, man, about a month ago saying going into this year we need to start alleviating stuff and all this redundancy with certain stuff, man, we need to do away with. And like I said, I'm not caught up in my feelings or emotions, you know what I mean? I'm just chilling, just got done watching my Dookies, get that first W. I'm just saying dealing with our flat earth stuff. Now, all the stuff that we know to be true, let's just do that, push forward, and stuff that we still trying to find out, let's weigh that out. Dealing with these different debates and stuff like that, some of that stuff can do away with. So this video was put out yesterday by this Logan Paul dude, this documentary or whatever. So they, talking about it on Sanchez or whatever. But my thing is, let's talk about the positive and concrete stuff we can do and move on. I'm tired of people throwing wrenches in this truth seeking flat earth community. I'm being real, like no disrespect to nobody, you know what I'm saying? To each his own, but when we trying to move forward and you still got people like Gary and Madon coming on these live streams, it's like, is they implants or what? You know what I mean? I'm getting tired of that. Like they was on there breaking down this video about the Logan Paul, like how he infiltrated. They talking about different solutions or different things to do, like think tanking. Then all of a sudden, Black Jesus then popped up on the feed. You know what I mean? I'm not really getting a lot of that, man. So like I said, I'm still here. I'm still supporting, doing what we do. But like I said, we doing a lot of. I'm talking about, man. This live stream just started sounding like deja vu, like the same talking points. Like Gary and got on there. Now they talking about measuring stuff on the outside of the earth. Like we already know we it's no outer space, none. And why are we still dealing with people talking about equations, outer space? If the equipment, the mathematical equation suits this or fits that, man, let's do away. We know what we know about this flat earth. Let's move on. You know what I'm saying? We still letting people come around and throw up the same bogus rhetoric talking points when it's no proof for it to stand on. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? The family can take it as me just being caught in my emotions, but like I say, I'm not. I'm just saying, how do we get from talking about trying to stagnate what the powers that be doing and the globalists doing, like making a mockery out of our flat earth truth, to Gary popping up on the live stream, and then the talking thing is went somewhere else. Like I want to get on there and build and break down the different stuff about the movie where the dude Logan Paul, homeboy, making a mockery out of the flat earth, you know what I'm saying that his homeboy, when he was a kid, when they was living in Antarctica, they traveled beyond the boundaries and he fell off the earth. And the last thing he heard him saying was, but it's showing that supposedly we still in outer space. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. But at the end of the video, the same guy who Logan Paul's friend saying was the kid that fell off the earth, which we know not to be true, they still shouted him out with a RIP. So my thing is, this person really died, but y'all using this person's death as a mockery in this parody spoof film, taunting the flat earthers. You know what I'm saying? Like I might be just rambling to y'all, but I mean it just get to where you know what I'm saying? Like so I can just be doing other time, spending with research and you know what I'm saying, different stuff. If we just gonna get off of the topics that, you know what I'm saying, at hand, you know what I mean? Like like I said, I'm not caught up in my emotions, about not getting on the panel because you know what I'm saying. It's open all the time. Like I get on here and there, but what I'm saying is, it's crazy. Like when the live stream jump, I'm one of the first handful of people in there. I'm shouting the chat out Sanchez, put my email in there a few times. They talking, then before I know it, it's only one person there to where it's like five, six people in there. Then I see, you know what I'm saying, the people that's considered to be the forefront, Dreads in the thing, they get a link. The IPS dude, he in the thing, he get a link. Black Jesus pop up, he get a link. Masterpiece and them get a link. Like I said, I rep all of these people. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, my thing is, it ain't. I don't get it sometimes. Like I said, a lot of these circular arguments we can do away with. What up, Knowledge Uprising? What's good, bro? Yeah, bro. I wasn't really going in on nothing specific. I just impromptu just came live because I was over in Sanchez chatting. They was talking about the. I don't know if you've seen the Logan Paul documentary slash movie mockery that he put out yesterday or whatever, but what happened? They was on there talking about different solutions on how to combat, on how to combat, on how to combat them. You know what I'm saying? The globalists from shun and you know what I'm saying, trying to make a mockery out of the flat earth truth. You know what I'm saying? So what I was just saying was I was trying to jump on and get in. I don't get in on the panels a lot, but my thing was I didn't, I I put my stuff in like a few times. There's only a few people in the chat before I noticed like 9, 10 people on there. And I'm like, damn, but your boy Gary on there. I'm like, nah, damn. This dude get on there. They talking about positive things on how to combat what the globalists and elite doing. This dude get on there and start talking about outer space. They didn't jump from concrete, um, free thinking and think tank bills as a group to this dude getting on talking about outer space stuff, which that shit is far from the truth. Now they talking about circular arguments with that to where they taking turns. Dreads having a stab at it with him, Sancho. I'm like, man, come on, man. We already past that, man. You know what I mean? So my thing is, like I said, I'm probably sound like I'm rambling, man, but certain stuff we need to do away with. We need to push forward what we know and then weigh out and research the stuff we don't know for sure. But so one of the things that's been on my mind the last week. I don't know if anybody familiar with a guy who be on like certain radio shows. I don't know if anybody familiar with Carl Nelson, but he's a syndicated radio show. But he always has this guy on periodically named Mark from Anaheim. If you're not familiar with him, check him out on YouTube. You probably can Google him. I don't do Facebook, but he has a Facebook page. His name is Mark from Anaheim, and it's called Political Sarcasm. Dude be dropping a lot of gems about here in America and worldly stuff. He was ex-military and ex LAPD, so he be in on the know. But one thing over the last week dealing with a current interview I seen of him, and as a matter of fact, I kind of was doing a little research on it earlier when I was listening to the live stream while watching my Dookies play. This dude said something last Friday on the live stream that stuck with me, right? This dude brought up that um, over 75% of the U.S. commercial planes, the maintenance on our U.S. commercial planes are outsourced to foreign countries and a lot of times third world countries. That kind of baffled me, but at the same time it didn't. But what I'm saying is what our truth seeking, what I'm saying, community, we, what I'm saying, we know a lot of stuff, like say how they try to divide us as the people, what I'm saying, with the division. We know we all should be one. Now I know first and foremost, what I'm saying, be about your people, like your race, for lack of better words, but as a whole we should be together, right? So what I'm saying, when he brought this up within this this radio interview I was listening to, that was just a sidebar to what they was talking about, but that stuck out to me. And what I'm saying is, when us in our flat earth and truth seeking community talk about everybody should be one and the powers that be devise us, these a few of these uh, foreign countries is supposedly places that we have issues with. You know what I'm saying? So let me read. Let me pull up the article again because it was an actual article. Yeah. Okay, I got the article up. Bear with me, y'all. Like I said, for people who's gonna be tuning in live and watching the re-upload, let me just find it. Because like I said, I wasn't intending to go live. But right now I'm speaking about the outsourcing of the maintenance on the U.S. commercial airplanes. Let me find it. Wow, that's crazy. I just had it. Hold on. Let me scroll up. Bear with me, y'all. Um. Okay. I think I found. I'm just gonna read this quick paragraph. It says about this. And it's kind of starting. The second paragraph is starting, ending off what the person was talking about in the previous paragraph. So it's going to start off sounding kind of weird, but you'll get where I'm going. It says about this I would be wrong as it is possible to be. Over the past decade, now keep in mind this article that I'm reading, family, is from 2015, so this from 4 years ago. It says over the past decade, nearly all large U.S. airlines have shifted heavy maintenance work on their airplanes to repair shops thousands of miles away in developing countries where the mechanics who take the planes apart completely and put them back together or almost may not even be able to read or speak English. Check this out. U.S. Airways Southwest flies planes to a maintenance facility in El Salvador. I'll say it again. U.S. Airways and Southwest fly planes to a maintenance facility in El Salvador to get fixed. Delta sends planes to Mexico. Once again, Delta sends their planes to Mexico to get the maintenance did. United uses a shop in China. American still does most of its most intensive maintenance in-house in the U.S., but this is likely to change in the aftermath of the company's merger with U.S. Airways. So I don't know if that ain't like jaw dropping and mind blowing to y'all, but to me that is being that the false narratives that the news and the TV portray, like us at odds with these different countries being the boogeyman, so on and so forth. But y'all on in the same breath is being contradictory and hypocritical by outsourcing the maintenance on our U.S. planes to these countries where we supposedly at odds with. So y'all make that make sense. I mean, if sooner or later we maybe can have a panel bill about it or whatnot, you know what I'm saying, somewhere down the line. I'm just saying that's something to think about. And another reason why it really stood out is for two reasons. He brought up like over 78% of the maintenance on the planes are outsourced. I just gave y'all credibility. And like we say in this community, don't take my word for it. Do your research, cross reference what I just said, fact check or whatever. But another thing he brought up, I know y'all remember maybe about a year ago or maybe 18 months ago when we was having I might be saying around that EMP scare where everything was supposed to been the power outage. Now another thing he's saying is somewhere around I want to say March. I mean, I'm sorry, not March. April 6th, we might have a worldwide outage in GPS technology. Now, another reason why that stood out, also dealing with the outsource of the maintenance on the planes is one of my close friends' birthday happens to be April 3rd, and he just recently got married. So him and his wife is going to be in Vegas. But I talked to him, and they're only going to be gone for about 3 days. So actually, he'll be back a day or so before the 6th. So that's just something else I wanted to throw out there that people can do some research on. We might have a worldwide GPS outage, if I'm not mistaken, on April 6th. So like I said, just do some research on it. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying about that can be scary as far as people traveling. on trains, you know what I'm saying, but more so air wise, you know what I mean, with the GPS and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, I didn't plan to go live. I just was, was just over, in the Sanchez chat, you know what I'm saying, is normal. And, today was just one of the days where I wanted to go in, you know what I'm saying, and build, about the Logan Paul dude, you know what I'm saying, putting another black eye on our flat earth community. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it went from only one person being on there to where it's put the email in. I put my email in like 3 or 4 times. Then before I know it, I step out the room, come back in, snacking on something, watching my Dookies play. It's like 6, 7 people on the panel, but then other people jump in the chat. Then it's like they getting links. Then before I know it, the troll jump on Black G. I mean, yeah, Black Jesus jumped on. Now, I'm sorry, Gary. Let me backtrack, family. Gary jumped on through, changed what they was talking about. Then Black Jesus. So I'm like, damn, like I don't know. Maybe y'all think I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, people that's familiar with me know me being the hater is the farthest thing from the truth. I'm all about camaraderie and everybody being together. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I might just be tripping. I don't know, man. But yeah, like I said, the more thing that I want to put out with this is about all our U.S. Commercial planes being outsourced. Peace. Okay, Lindsay. Okay. Thanks, man. Cause I didn't know if I was tripping or not, man. I'm like, wow, like but yeah, the main thing I want to get out in this live stream when we going live is talking about the outsourcing of the main maintenance on these U.S. commercial planes that's being flew, like domestically as well as abroad. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all saying in one breath all on these news shows and all that we had eyes with these countries. A lot of these countries are you know what I'm saying, like causing all these atrocities to their people, but y'all are cutting money, and that's one of the things that I left out. The main reason as to why they say they doing it is for money reasons. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of paraphrasing, but like I said, this article was from 2015. Now, as of 2015, it said uh like within that last 15 years. So say from 2000 to 2015, it was over 72,000 U.S. Certified workers that did the maintenance on these planes. But as of 2015, which was 4 years ago, it had dropped to a little under 50,000 U.S. workers. Another thing with these foreign countries that's doing this maintenance, this article is also stating that a lot of these people aren't even certified by the FAA regulations. So that's another thing to take into consideration when thinking about you know what I'm saying, when thinking about your travels. And you know what I'm saying, like a lot of time we take for granted us putting our lives in other people's hand. And whether we know it or not, we all do it. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, you know what I'm saying, we are putting our life in other people's hands when we out in public, I should say. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of that kind of got me thinking. Um, yeah, Lindsay. Like I said last week, I'm going on vacation this coming Friday. So I was gonna jump into that. Yep, I got it right here on deck, bro. I'm gonna jump into it this coming weekend. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'll be on vacation for a week, so I can kind of go on and really go on and dive into it thoroughly. You know what I'm saying? But definitely once I start diving into it, and once I get finished with it, you already know I'm gonna wanna get on a panel with you or whatever, or maybe me and you can just do a one-on-one and build on it, because I know the holographic universe is one thing that you passionate about, you know what I'm saying, and I just need to go on and dive deeper into it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yep, no doubt. But yeah, like I said, if somewhere in the future, the near future, we can maybe get a panel going, talking about the outsourcing of this major maintenance on these planes, man. So my thing is, it's still kind of showing you that these governments, I'm saying like worldwide, like put us at odds and have us as the monsters and boogeymen, right, to each other. You see what I'm saying? And it's crazy because with all what I just said, just think if a lot of these other countries wholeheartedly went for what the news would portray as us. These people could easily be caught up in their emotions and can be sabotaging a lot of these planes. You know what I'm saying? Just off of them seeing us as being the world's boogeyman and the bullies over everything. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the things that stood out from the guy. I'm gonna say his name again if y'all wanna go back and look at some of his stuff. Like he has a Facebook page, Mark from Anaheim, political sarcasm. And he be on a lot of you can find him on YouTube because he get interviewed on a few different radio shows. A lot of the radio shows that I normally catch him on is Carl Nelson. Once again, that's Carl Nelson radio show. And the guy who's dropping this information that I'm talking about the outsourcing the maintenance on these planes, name is Mark from Anaheim. Yep. So yeah, family. Like I said, I'm always gonna be here. I don't want y'all to think that I was hating. You know what I'm saying on nobody with no panels or nothing like that, because that's farthest from the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's just certain times where I be in that mode to want to go in, because like I said, I just freshly watched. I just freshly watched the documentary damn, R. Kelly facing whoa. I just watched that documentary, Logan Paul documentary, when I got off work today, right? It's only 50 minutes. So, especially with it being fresh in my head, I wanted to get on there and go in and break some stuff down. Then before I know it, it's like 3 or 4 people that jumped on. They don't even know what the subject is of the live stream, or hadn't seen you know what I'm saying, the documentary. So I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't want to sound redundant, but but uh but yeah, that's crazy. You know what? I'm gonna get off this in a second, Lindsay, and excuse me, I'm sick, man. And go on Google and check that out. So you say he facing 70? Yeah, that's deep, man. Like, but the whole thing with that, like I said, like with the R. Kelly thing, that was something that I would never, like, even when panels was talking about it, like even you, bro, like that was something I was just listening. I didn't want to have no input on that because, like I said, me personally, we shouldn't even be talking about this current day. Like I said, I know a lot of people said you can't talk about the past. He got tried for that, but my thing is this stuff today shouldn't be brought because those girls' parents are the most at fault in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, why would you be taking your underage daughter to his concerts, and even more so meeting this man when you know the allegation he had prior, even though he beat him? Why would you even want to put your daughter in, you know what I'm saying, that type of atmosphere? Furthermore, talking about he can coach her in her career and mentor her, like bro, like come on, you know at best that Aaliyah was underage. You got other people like that's been paid off. So yeah, I don't really want to go too much on it. What I'm just saying about the R. Kelly thing is that should have been nipped in the bud in the late '90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you want to read into subliminals, oh, new charges came up. Wow. But if you want to read into the subliminals and stuff hidden in plain sight, if a lot of us is familiar with who the Pied Piper is. He always called himself the Pied Piper of R&B. If you're familiar with that fairy tale, that the Pied Piper, you know what I'm saying, lure all the town's uh, people's children out of town, never to be seen again. So that's eerie to tie your analogy as the Pied Piper, as your alter ego, with you as a singer anyway. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just crazy. That's crazy. So you saying new charges? Yeah, now see, now okay, now that right there, that's my point, Lindsay. Um, I feel that's fabricated. You see what I'm saying? Because how you randomly, it's so much like I said, we free think and we decipher. We go way deeper than the average person that's seeing stuff on the news. When I first initially seen that, um, most of the news, like the new breaking news stuff, a lot of the times I see when I'm getting up for work in the morning because I got to be to work at 4:45. So when I get up, you know what I'm saying, that early AM news be on. So I seen that dude and his wife with that press conference. I'm shaking my head, putting my clothes on, like come on, man. Like for one, soon as y'all went and turned it in, y'all should have been getting questioned about having child pornography on. You know what I'm saying? This dude sat there talking about he watched the game, then it ventured into what I thought was going to be an R. Kelly concert, bro. How you don't know? You know what I'm saying? What concert stuff that you done had on deck? You know what I'm saying? In your archives, if you into music or movies, you know what I'm saying. So he says he gets on there and start watching what he assumes to be a R. Kelly concert, but it's him having sex, not with one underage girl, with multiple. So, bro, you at best by yourself, or you and your wife, y'all can sit there and just watch all of it. Like it wasn't just enough for you to just initially see, okay, dang, baby, this ain't a R. Kelly concert. He on here with a kid. Like listen, with all that's going on with him, soon as you seen it wasn't a concert and seen it was R. Kelly with any chick, you should have cut that off. You know what I'm saying? And I guess went on and turned it in or whatever. What is you saying? You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, um, I feel that's fabricated just to boost up. What up, QE? What's up? What up, Miss IL? I just feel they boosting that to trump up the charges. But once again, like we know, he ain't no different than what the elite's doing. It's just I feel he got arrogant somewhere down the line and stepped out of line to where they shunning him and putting him, you know what I'm saying, on Front Street. You see what I'm saying? Because he not doing no different than what most of these other people doing. Now grant you, and look, I just seen this too. If I'm not like if y'all following this story, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't that Catholic priest just beat his molestation charges in Chicago? If I think it might was yesterday. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. But like I said, don't get me wrong. That's why another reason I don't really want to be going in on him too much because I really feel that the dude is sick, but I don't just want to be pounding on the brother. Like I said, everybody need to be truth need to be brought out, but I don't just want to overly pound on him when we have other cultures and like Europeans doing it on the bigger scale. Yeah, they doing them like Bill. Yep. You know what I'm saying. But what I'm saying too, and not to really keep being there on that. The thing with Michael Jackson, like I said, people love his music. Shit, I love his music, but if you messing with kids, all that get weighed out. So what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? I know we got our own opinions on this. So like I said, I've never spoken on none of this stuff dealing with our black brothers with these molestation things. So I just want to say this to bring the mic thing in. Like I don't know if y'all seen the Neverland thing or whatever. The same thing with the R. Kelly with the VCR tape. I think maybe you know what I'm saying that Wade and the other guy I forgot his name. He had a weird last name. They might was sprucing some things up, right? You know what I'm saying? Of course to sell it, but man, bro, like I don't know. I know for sure Lindsay has kids. I don't know if QE or Miss IL, but I got children, man. Listen, you gotta outweigh like the gift, you know what I'm saying, like the talent, because I sat there and watched that 2 day thing. Of sure, it was certain parts where I'm like they sprucing that up, but it was certain things that I'm like they can't be lying about. So this one thing, if y'all think that Mike didn't do it, that's cool. But I want to put this out there so y'all can weigh this out. You know what I'm saying, and think about the pros and cons of this. Even if he didn't, right? If he never touched them kids, he still was an enabler and condoned it. But me, what I'm saying, I'm saying I think something did go on with some of them kids. But what I'm saying for y'all who don't think he never did, what I'm just hear me out. Even if he didn't, he was an enabler, and he never said nothing because the people, the inner circles that he was with, they all was doing it. You know what I'm saying? And he never spoke out on them. You see what I'm saying? So I want to say the the DreamWorks film, like the James Cameron them. If y'all know the DreamWorks logo, you know what I'm saying? It's the kid on the moon, and they got the fishing rod. Okay, the only difference then that logo for DreamWorks, which came that film company came out the late '90s, I want to say. Now Neverland, I think I don't have the specific date, so don't hold me to that. But I know it was early '90s when Mike opened that. That same logo that DreamWorks, y'all can Google this right now. That DreamWorks logo is the same logo that Mike got on the front of his estate at Neverland. The only difference between Mike's logo and James Cameron them logo and the two dudes that partner with him to make DreamWorks films is the fishing rod. You know what I'm saying? So Mike couldn't swim enough. So they pretty much taunted him. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is one of the three dudes that won the partnership with James Cameron to start the DreamWorks. Y'all can look this up. To start the DreamWorks, left the country just like the Roman Polanski because he was under heavy molestation charges. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the guy's name, but he was under heavy molestation charges. One of the three founders of DreamWorks. So what I'm saying was, Michael Jackson was real tight with these people. So what I'm saying, even at best, if y'all don't feel Mike touched these kids, you know what I'm saying, he brushed shoulders and was in the inner circles with people for a fact we know who did. But on the other hand, it's no way me as a grown man to be having kids standing in the bed with me. Furthermore, if I beat something the first time, why would I continue to still do it, knowing that that's putting me in a bad light? You know what I'm saying? You continue to have these kids stand in the bed with you and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Another thing, real quick on that, I don't know if y'all can Google this too. I don't know if y'all seen the picture of Michael Jackson, excuse me, laying in the bed with Webster, and they drinking bottles and stuff, baby bottles. Like I said, great entertainer. You know what I'm saying? Just like people with movies. Like me, I've always been able to decipher the talent from the person. You know what I'm saying? And what is real, and you know what I'm saying, in fantasy. And let me give you an example. Like I love all types of music. So I grew up, you know what I'm saying, loving East Coast music, gangster rap, down south, all that. So what I'm saying is, all the gangster rap music I listen to, I listen to it. I like the art form and how they construct and to put the words together. I treat it just like a movie. So I knew our lyrics, but I ain't go out there and was carrying pistols and was pushing dope out on the streets. Um, Let me look at the chat thing. Yeah, well, yeah. See, and that's the thing, Lindsay. That's why I said I never really want to even deliberate or go in on our black brothers that's getting caught because, like I said, I know that they sick. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't want to just be putting them out there when I know it's a lot of Europeans that's been doing it way, like I said, on the bigger scale. The only person I feel that they ousted on the big scale in the white community was Jerry Sandusky. But check this out though. If y'all never watched that, y'all should watch that too. That I had to remember the name. I had to remember the name of the paternal thing, but that killed that man because look, that was so deep, right? The Jerry Sandusky thing, and look, and this tying in to what I'm saying about the R. Kelly thing. To what I'm saying is, R. Kelly thing should have been alleviated no later than like '98 or something, man, because that tape started surfacing around like late '97. Him and the girl on there, where they said it was him, and everybody like don't know. And then the smoking gun for me was when he spoke, because it was like then somebody knocked on the door. He was like, I go get it, that high pitched voice or whatever. But what I'm saying to tie in the thing with the Europeans doing it too, and the Sandusky thing, like with R. Kelly, the thing that blew me away with the Sandusky thing was right before it got to go off, Joe Paterno and his wife was sitting there. Like y'all need to check it out, man, because the Joe Paterno movie was based over. only like a week's time. You know what I'm saying? Like when the allegations came back up. So check this out. This is what happened. His wife's sitting there, right? Now, if y'all familiar with football and stuff, y'all know every year they had these bowl games. But say every 2 years or so, they repeat them in the same places. You know what I'm saying? Like say at the Superdome, or maybe in New Orleans. Different these different sites, right? So they sitting there, you know what I'm saying? After Jerry Sandusky had got locked up or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He still hadn't went to court or whatever. So they sitting there, and Joe Paterno's wife had finally realized like the stuff was real, what was coming out, right? She sat there and said, "Yeah, Joe," but it was reverse psychology on Joe Paterno. You know what I'm saying? This is what she said. She was like, "Yeah, Joe, I know, honey. You just finding out now." And he was like, "What? Come again?" She was like, "I know you couldn't have known about Jerry." He was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "Because in the '70s, when you were doing the bowl games, and he was a player for Joe back in the day. If y'all didn't know, she was like he used to play with the kids in the pool. Now Joe Paterno has two sons and a daughter, right? Man, this shit gave me goosebumps. You know what I'm saying? And the thing was, she was like, when I would always tell you to take a load off. The season's over. You know what I'm saying? This is the bowl game season. You guys got all your plays now. You done went over the pregame, blah blah blah. We would be at the pool. You wouldn't come, but Jerry would always want to come. Now, this is what she telling me. He'd be in there playing with the kids, and Joe Paterno had a certain look. But if y'all remember, he all of a sudden got sick and died. So this is how the movie went off, y'all. A reporter that was a local reporter that was going to the school trying to get the these allegations resurfaced about the molestation on the campus, right? Got a call. The call was like, yeah, I'm calling about Jerry Sandusky and me being molested. She's like, okay, keep in mind, I'm talking current day in 2012, 13, whenever this happened, y'all. The chick like, okay, because she had started getting more people calling her about getting molested, right? She was like, okay, when it happened. Just like the reporter, I'm thinking this dude finna be like, maybe a year or two ago. Goosebumps again, just like when the wife said you couldn't have known Joe in the '70s when he's playing in the pool. This dude was like, yeah, I told Joe. She was like, Joe who? Joe Paterno. So the girl like, okay, keep in mind, y'all, I'm still thinking this current day. Tell me why this dude said, yeah, I told Joe Paterno in '74, huh? That shit like the year before I'm born. I'm 43. I was born in '75. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? So like I said, that's why I never really want to go in, because I know the brothers was doing sick stuff, but I know it's a lot of Europeans doing it too. But what I'm saying to tie it in with the R. Kelly thing is Jer Paterno knew back then. He turned the blind eye. This was one of his all-American, linebackers and stuff. So they turned the blind eye then. So this could have been stopped not years ago, man. That's like over 2 decades, y'all. This dude called and said he told Joe Paterno that Sandusky molested him in '74. 1974 is when he got molested. But Joe Paterno turned a blind eye. You know what I'm saying? Let's fast forward to the late '90s when people went to him. As a matter of fact, the ginger headed assistant like coach on the team who walked in on Sandusky and them and went home and told his dad, and they turned a blind eye on that. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, that was one of the reasons why I never went, last month or so when it was live streamed. Not just you, bro, Lindsay, when other panels was having the topic on R. Kelly and all that. I ain't even want to go in on it because my thing is wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like sure, you know what I'm saying? Some of these girls want to be around R. Kelly, but some of these parents go digger money hungry. They push they kids on them. But what I'm saying is, even if you didn't do it, let's go back to R. Kelly. Even if you didn't do none of this, bruh, why when you got out a couple weeks ago, you take your ass to the McDonald's where the people who from Chicago say that you were frequent and eat there to solicit underage girls. So that's my thing. Like you saying one thing in one breath, but why would you even go somewhere like that, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, I appreciate the family who jumped in to listen. Like I kind of been jumping all over the place somewhat. You know what I'm saying? But the main thing that I got on to kind of talk about was the information that I came across finding out about our commercial airline companies here in the States. Over 78% of the maintenance on these planes are being outsourced to foreign countries. And when I first came on, I kind of read a little bit of the article, and a couple of the countries are El Salvador, China. Let me see. I know them two of them for sure. El Salvador, China, and Mexico. So them three are the ones in this article, and one of the main other things with it is that most of these places aren't certified by the FAA and stuff like that, by the regulations and stuff like that. Yeah, so I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I didn't want to come off like I was hating or being caught up on my emotions or being sour about no panel thing. Cause like I said, I'm on here 24/7, you know what I'm saying? Like the rest of y'all in these different lives and stuff. Like I said, today I just wanted to get it in and go in on this this documentary slash movie thing that this Logan Paul dude put out. And you know what I'm saying, I don't know, the panel thing just was kind of weird how it was filling up. But yeah, but another thing is, like I said, we still need to put out this flat earth true stuff, because like I said, most of us in our own families are still you know, like outcasts and black sheep. And today, like I had to change the story about the Logan Paul right before I got ready to watch it with my girl, because my girl don't resonate, Lindsay, with this flat earth truth and stuff. And now this the crazy thing about it. This the crazy thing about it, QE. Just when I think she wholeheartedly on board, she baffled me again. So she hit me with this like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I remember when it came out, when NASA and them started saying that oh yeah, the moon is, inside the Earth atmosphere type deal. Shit, we already know that the moon and sun is a local, what I'm saying, local, right? Um, she hit me with this, you know what I'm saying? So I had to change the stuff. She's like, yeah, babe, yeah, I know you're gonna watch it, but yeah, I don't see the problem with it, your opinion is your opinion and his opinion is his. I'm like, babe, I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, this flat earth stuff is truth. I was like, do you realize? I was like, you don't, because you're not into it, but I'm just telling her figure of speech. I was like, do you realize how they're censoring the flat earth content on YouTube within the last 3 or 4 months? And before I got off that live stream last night on Sanchez, when Vegan jumped in and told everybody about that documentary, he had Sanchez pull up, just type in flat earth. When you type it in now, all these shields and stuff come up, like the fake stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like none of the true research and the true seekers and the true flat earth, and none of their content come up until you scrolling through, what I'm saying, a few pages on what I'm saying, on YouTube. So like I said, we got to continue to push forward with study talking about this, because the elites know that the globe is fake. If they didn't, they wouldn't study plaster in our face every day, you know what I'm saying, to make us be brainwashed with it. But like I said, it still be certain days where it still rubbed me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I thought my girl had finally jumped on board when she was like, babe, you know what I'm saying? You've been saying that the sun and the moon is inside our atmosphere for at least 4 years, right? So I'm thinking like, okay, my baby on board. But then the day you hit me with, yeah, I don't, your opinion, is cool, but I don't see why you guys should be judging each other. We talking about facts. We not sitting here talking about opinions. So that's why I said I kind of jumped on, because I want to dive in and go in on Sanchez's panel about this Logan Paul thing, break some stuff down, and like 3 or 4 people that jumped on didn't know what the subject matter was for the panel that day, hadn't watched the video or nothing. Then before I know it, Black Jesus and Gary got a link, and they trolling to just throw stuff off. Like I said, I jumped off. I can almost bet that Madonna probably jumped on too. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Like I said, I appreciate y'all showing me love. And like I said, y'all know I show love to everybody and support everybody. And I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying, doing the same. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Until next time with the next episode. Sorry, I'm sick, y'all. So I'm talking kind of crazy. I'm hoarse, you know what I'm saying? Bear with me. So yeah, so next time to the next episode of Thinking Out Loud. This your boy Keon, aka K4I, and I'm out. Peace.